You're listening to Snippets from the Summit with your host, Scot McKay.
All right, how's it going, gentlemen? This is your main man, Scot McKay, coming at you again with another snippet from the Summit as part of the Mountaintop podcast from X and Y Communications. Today, I have a question that gets to the heart of who we are as our most authentic self. And here's that question. What if who we really are is who we are around those we're most comfortable with? Now, obviously, we'd be talking about family, our best friends, our closest confidants at work, right? Perhaps our girlfriend, we hope, compared to how we would act around people we barely know, or people who we need to gain the trust of or be on our best behavior around, like our bosses or customers, or yes, women we're approaching for the first time, hoping to make plans with. Well, at the heart of this question is an uncomfortable truth. Any deviation from that standard of behavior that we abide by or adhere to when we're with the people we're most comfortable around is indicative of us not being authentic when we're around people who we're, not so comfortable with. Are we being fake with people we're not as comfortable with, we don't know as well yet, compared to those people we're most comfortable with? Because let's face it, a lot of us are going to look in the mirror and go, I am a lot crankier, I have a shorter temper, I am a lot ruder and shorter with people I feel particularly close and comfortable with because, hey, even if I'm having a rough day or I treat them a little more poorly, I'm a little ragged with them, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to love me, they're going to be there for me no matter what, and vice versa. And hey, it's also true those people may treat you in a certain manner because they're more comfortable with you as well, right? Well, is this really true? Because for a lot of us, it'll be sobering, if not flat out startling, to admit that it is true, that we are who we really are when we're with the people we're most comfortable around. Well, in my opinion, on one hand, it is true, and on the other, it isn't. Since it is such a sobering concept for many people, it may cause us to strive to be better men around those we're most comfortable with, right? And that would be a good thing. But you know what? There's also something to be said for the ability to, say, read the room and adapt to various social situations as part of being authentically human. So the simple fact that we would behave in a more measured way around people we don't know as well could easily be argued as part of the authentic human experience as well. I mean, that's how sane people with solid social skills would conduct themselves. So here's the real question. When you are indeed on your quote-unquote best behavior around women you're approaching and meeting for the first time or in early stage communication or relationship with, are you simply acting in accordance with solid social protocol by revealing yourself gradually, or are you hiding something? Let's just say there's a big difference between you and a woman you just met feeling comfortable enough to burp and fart around each other versus attempting to restrain yourself from losing your temper with every fiber of your being when she's already pissed you off on a first date. Before we close, gentlemen, if you haven't had a chance to go ahead and take the reality check inventory quiz, go ahead and do that now. It's at mountaintoppodcast.com/reality check. What you'll find out in just 2 minutes, and it's completely free, is where you stand right now in terms of what your next move will be to be a better man and what you should do to get there. A lot of guys are making judgment calls and then making decisions based on those judgment calls, based on the lack of a true big picture of what's going on in their lives. Seeing this over and over again, especially lately, is what inspired me to put this quiz together for you guys. Like I said, it's quick and it's absolutely free. Check it out at mountaintoppodcast.com/reality check. Want to talk about this? Want to talk about where your reality is or the topic of this particular episode or anything else? Scot at mountaintoppodcast.com. Be good out there.
As always, visit mountaintoppodcast.com for more.